Hi guys, I'm Omi Love. Welcome to my channel for those that see me for the first time. I've been doing horoscopes in a Spanish community for 2 years already. I was guided to develop my channel, my YouTube channel in that way. And I also felt moved and compelled to help the my Spanish people, my Spanish community. And today, I'm very nervous, but today is the first day. I've been for the last quite a months going through a process of like transition where my spirit guides have been telling me, hey, you have to create time to do this type of videos. I want you to share your experiences with ETs and my personal experiences with abduction and stuff like that, sightseeing, da da da, I mean UFO scenes. So I'm here today. Today's the day I'm sharing this my experiences. Okay, so welcome for those that see me for the first time, and to my Spanish community, I will be doing a video in Spanish very soon. So be patient. I follow instructions, okay? So I trust my inner guides, all right? So this is what I'm doing right now. Today I'm sharing this video, okay? So let's start it. And it's so amazing everything that is happening. Everything that is happening is great. So since I grew up in a family that they were not into spiritual, at least my dad and my mom, okay, they were not into spiritual. My dad was kind of an atheist. That's what he said. He was nothing spiritual. He didn't even go to church. And my mom, she was into fashion, and she was all the time like trying to please my dad and following my dad and living that drama. So I grew up in this household where there was nobody speaking about spirituality or anything like that. So since I was a little girl, my mom noticed. She knew I saw things. I was very sensitive. I'm a higher sensitive, of course. So I saw things, and that I slept with my mom until I was 21 years old. Okay, because I saw things, and I was always afraid. And there was nobody in my house to explain this kind of things to me. So I remember being in a family environment, and they were just caught up in their own drama and mundane things, the hospitals and the prescriptions and the doctors. So I was just there. I'm like this, I just observed, because when you're a kid, not much goes through your head. You're just like, I don't know, you don't understand. You're just there. But I didn't feel connected at all. I felt it was draining. That's what I could feel. And when I was in school, I didn't feel connected with the classmates. So I was like, I felt I was bullied. I was bullied very bad. I cry almost every day because I saw these kids. They were throwing rocks to other kids and calling their names. And I couldn't understand why they were acting this way. So I didn't feel connected with them at all. Because it was weird for me. Like, why are they acting this way? I don't know what they're doing. So I didn't see it was beautiful. Whatever they were doing, all that bullying and those names and everything they were doing, I didn't see it was a beautiful thing. So, and then so when I was like in second grade, I remember I had imaginary friends. Okay, in my imaginary friends, I don't know where it came from at all, because nobody speaks about anything like that in my family. They were extraterrestrials. Like, I had this friend in second grade and I also connected with one girl in the classroom, and she was this beautiful, gorgeous, like blonde girl with like really like beautiful, like almost white hair, blue eyes. For me, she was like a perfect being for me, and somehow I was attracted to her. Obviously, maybe she came from that lineage. Okay, I felt possibly the energy, and I was attracted to her, and somehow we started talking about we having this imaginary friend in common. Okay, so every day when I went in school, we talk about our experiences, how was last night, and I remember telling her, oh yeah, Matthew came. He came last night, and he like we talk about this. He told me this, and I don't know where it came from, but I had this story, and I spent like hours with her talking and sharing my experiences that I had every night with this extraterrestrial friend that had powers. All right, and she as well. So that was in second grade, and it was it was like wow. So all right, so then I started searching for God. So I was drawn to this Jehovah's Witness girl, American girl, another blonde white girl, and she was like the only Jehovah's Witnesses. She came from that type of family setting. So I remember me gravitating to her and asking her questions. I was searching for God, and I loved to hear what she had to say to me because, you know, obviously she knew more. She went to a church. Her mom, her parents were a big influence. You know, they were like a really unified family. So, you know, I was in quest, in a quest and researching for God and trying to understand what was this that I was sensitive to, you know. I knew it was more than the physical realm, okay. So in second grade, all this were happening within me, and also, well, I guess my mom kind of is like she was aware that I was maybe seeing things like ghosts or being sensitive because I slept with my mom until I was 21 years old, right? Yeah. So she knew I saw things, and maybe I shared things with her, but I don't remember right now what I shared. And then when I saw a being. I was 9 years old. I'm sleeping with my mom, and I wake up in the middle of the night, you know, and I look to the side, and I see this beautiful. It was an Indian girl, you know, because it had the Indian flower, you know. I don't know how it's called right now, but she had like a fabric over her head, and she was just next to me with prayer hands. And I remember I looked at her and I saw this being clearly. I was not even dreaming or anything. I was a kid. I woke up maybe around 3, 4 in the morning, and I look at the side, you know. I was maybe tossing, like turning somewhere, and as I look at the side, I saw this being next to me. And forget it, I went under the sheets, and I'm like, Mom, I go, Mom, there's somebody, something is there, somebody's there, you know, so woman, whatever I told her. So, you know, I remember that was like the time that it was actually like something like this experience was one of my maybe the biggest or more like, you know, stronger deep experiences that I had. And my mom was, you know, I told her, she knew, you know, she understood. So then after that, okay, I saw, okay, when I was like, now I'm on my 15s, 16s, and I started, you know, I was interested on this type of always, you know, within me I felt it was normal, you know. I understood this kind of things and subjects, you know. If someone spoke about ETs or seeing ghosts, it was, for me, it was normal. So I was attracted to that, so I just, you know, listened to it with no judgment. For me, it was natural, like it was possible, totally possible within me, you know. There was an openness, okay, to the subject, this kind of subjects. And I remember when I was around my early 20s, I was at this, yeah, no, when I was 18 years old, I went to college, da da da, and then I connected with this guy that was, he went by like Ovni, that was his name, his nickname. So I connected with this guy. He was talking about he was a part of a movement or federation or some kind of secret group. So, you know, I remember just spending hours with him as I share my experiences and my sensitivity to the subject, and he spoke about the subject. So I was very intrigued by his personality and everything he had to share. everything he had to say. So we took a class together. Then, so we developed a friendship, and we talk about the subjects. And for me, it was just like a normal thing, you know. So then one day, I'm actually at the beach with a group of like it was three friends more. I remember that night long I was talking about the extraterrestrials and the the UFOs and everything about it, whatever that there's places that they're seeing and some people sharing experiences, da da da. And I was really really on it that night. I was on fire with the subject. I was trying to like maybe convince or share my experience with these people that they were not aware of. I was in a sorority, fraternity. I was in a fraternity party, and I was talking about it all night long, and so excited about it, da, da, da. And then we go to the beach, right? We're in couples. I'm with a guy. My best friend is with another guy, and we just there chilling at the beach, da da da, in a beautiful place in Puerto Rico, on the west coast, northwest coast, all right. And then I was, I remember I always look at the stars, I'm always like stargazing to see if I see something, or look at the stars, or just admiring everything, and also trying to see if I see anything. And then, can you believe, all in a sudden, I'm looking and I see something moving, and I'm like, oh, like, and I stare at it, and then the thing, okay, like I recognize, like I noticed it was not an airplane, okay, because the thing it started moving like zigzagging, and then it was some kind of cloud, which my theory is they use clouds to cover themselves, all right. So they kind of build like an artificial kind of cloud, because I saw all of a sudden I see this little cloud around them which wasn't there. And then I see some colors, some like, it was green. I saw a green light. I saw a red light and kind of yellowish light. And I'm like, what is this? Now this thing is a light. It's zigzagging. They're kind of covered in a cloud, wrapped up like in a cloud. And I see colors coming out. I'm like, oh my God, like this is something weird I have ever seen, all right? So, and then I'm like, but yes, inside of me, I'm like, yes, now I have something to show my friends. Like, if they were skeptic about it, now I feel so good, because now I was not by myself. I was with these people that some of them, they were kind of open to the subject, but they were not into spirituality or anything like this, So I remember tapping into them, like, hey, I poked them, and I'm like, look over there, like I'm seeing a UFO. And as they all look, and they were like, wow. So we all started jumping, and I'm like, yeah, you see, I told you, like, wow. And now four of us, we're staring at this thing, and this thing is like moving, and it moved. There's like a hill from where we were standing. There was like we see like a hill, and the thing moved on top of the hill. And then I see this light, like in the movies, this actual light came out of the ship, and it's just stayed there for like maybe 5 minutes with the light. And then all of a sudden we see like, it went inside the mountain or something. So, and then we jump, oh my God, this is, wow, what just happened? We were like just like pinching each other and like, yeah, we're here, like this is true, this actually happened. So that was the first like big old experience I had with this, like, palpable, tangible experience, So I was around 18 and a half when I had this experience. Then when I was, let's see, I was around maybe between my 20s, or I don't know, maybe between my 19s. I think I was like 19 and a half, kind of there. I had a dream, So I was actually abducted around that time, maybe it happened before, but this is the time I remember, okay? So the dream was, I remember I woke up and I was laying in bed. My body was still. I couldn't move. My body was paralyzed. I couldn't move my body. And I started little by little moving my toes, feeling my toes, and then my hands. And I was in the position like I was like totally in my bed, like still, you know, like kind of Vitruvian man type of, you know, position. And I'm like, whoa, you know, what just happened to me? Like, I don't know, like this was not a dream, you know. I felt it was not like a regular dream. So the dream was that I was a little girl, and I remember I was at my grandmother's it was my grandmother's neighbor. And I remember my grandmother lived in this house when I was maybe like 2 years old. Like, I don't even, how am I remember? Okay. But I remember between 2 years old and 4 years old, my grandmother had this neighbor, and the location was there, and there was like an almond tree. Okay, in the dream, I was at this people's house, neighbors, my grandmother's neighbor's house, and I remember there was actually an big almond tree. But in the dream, I was there, and I was, you know, I was playing with the girl, the daughter of that she went to class with me. She was one of my classmates, and I was there playing with her, Janita, and there was under the almond tree, and I was there, and when I look up, you know, I see the almond tree, the branches, you know, I saw this. I look up. I remember looking up on the, you know, I was from the almond tree up, and between the branches, I saw a huge spaceship, and I'm getting like goosebumps right now. And I see this spaceship, you know, something huge above the almond tree. I could see it through the branches and through the leaves and everything. And then all of a sudden, I look again, and this big, huge spaceship, now it's a little miniature spaceship between the branches. And I'm like, whoa, you know, so this isn't the dream, you know. It's like, I don't know how I reacted, but I remember, like, it wasn't like a huge spaceship. Now it's a little spaceship, like, you know, like those toys spaceships, I guess. I don't know, I haven't seen one because I'm not a kid. I don't play with kids as much, but yeah, I bet, you know. So now it's a small spaceship, and I can see the small spaceship in front of like the triangle one, you know, like this, those little spaceships like this. So I'm seeing now the small spaceship, and the small spaceship dispenses some kind of like, what was it, like how to call, like a cloud, like something just like a cloud, you know, like some kind of fumes, you know, vapor. So it kind of, and then I started like falling. I remember I was in a slow mode, falling, and that's right before when I wake up in bed and I open my eyes and I feel my body paralyzed. So when I open, that's where I came from. When I opened my eyes in bed, I figured out, I felt my body was paralyzed. That's where I came. It was, they dispensed this thing over me, this kind of vapor or whatever, that put me like to sleep, like dormant, like paralyzed my body. Okay, so this was real, you know. I opened my eyes and I'm paralyzed. I'm like, and then I figured, oh my God, that thing that they just, you know, dispensed on me was what have, you know, what is creating this sensation within my body. So wow, they like paralyzed me. Wow. And I was, you know, trying to figure out this dream and what was it. I'm like, whoa, this was real, you know. I felt this was real. I must have been abducted. I must have been, you know, somewhere else. I had a contact or something. So yeah, this was a big thing. Then another one was, now I'm dreaming again. This was, I don't remember how, maybe a year later or months later, something like that, around my 19s and my 20s. I was in a spaceship. I was actually inside a spaceship. Okay, there were we were just leaving planet Earth, and I saw earthquakes. I saw like a big earthquake, like the planet Earth were just breaking. It was break and crush, you know, that like this bigger earthquake was destroying, like opening. I saw the earth, the ground opening. Okay, so there was a massive destruction, and I am living. I'm on a spaceship around, and around a bunch of people were in the spaceship as well, as we are leaving planet Earth, and we all looking down, seeing, contemplating planet Earth as it goes through this massive earthquake. Okay, and next to me were all kinds of different species, like people that were tall, people that were small, like you know, small people, there were wider people, you know, like different kinds of peoples. And I'm in the spaceship. It was something like I felt it was something, or I kind of what I saw, you know, from the ratio, whatever I saw, it was maybe something rounded, circle, like, yeah, circular, whatever. And I was there, and it had kind of like a type of like a deck kind of balcony where we're just there, you know, as we're leaving, and we're just there. And I was next to these people, other beings that I couldn't recognize, none of them. I didn't see humans, you know, or people that I could recognize as humans. I just saw different type of people, in that different colors, different type of people on this spaceship. Then another experience I had that I remember, I've been in another planet. I was in this planet, another dream I had. I was in this planet, and there was also different type of people, like people with an eye here, another one with an eye sticking here. And I was in this planet, and I remember people were just walking, and this all different types of people, and I didn't recognize humans. I didn't see anyone that looked like me. Okay, it was awesome. It's kind of similar kind of crowd that I was in that spaceship. So this dream or whatever was not far from those that period of my life. Okay, so and then another experience was that I remember. Let me see, I'm so excited, and a lot of emotions going in as I share this with you today, tonight. Where was it? Oh, okay. Two more that I'm remembering. I remember also I was around my 20s, 24, 23, 24. This was another similar kind of experience, but something little slightly different. And it was so amazing because I do have witnesses. Okay, this is the amazing thing. I'm staying at my cousin's place in San Juan, the capital of Puerto Rico, okay, the main city of Puerto Rico. And I went to bed, I'm sleeping, and I went to sleep with my little cousin, Michelita. She's an Aquarius, so she was, of all the cousins and all the girls, because there was like 3 girls in the family, she was the one, like, for me, she resembled my sister, my bigger sister, and she was kind of more artistic, more out there, you know, an Aquarius. So she was very creative, very eccentric. So I did have a strong connection with her because she, you know, she was more of my spirit. Okay, so that night I slept with her, and I had a dream. In the dream, I saw I was somewhere inside planet Earth, and there were caves. All right, there were caves, and I hear this voice, this screaming, like screaming angels. It was like, and it was like what we call like hell. Like there were cells. All right, and these angels were in these cells. Maybe fallen angels, I don't know. But then I'm in there, and I hear all these angels screaming, and I'm inside this cave, you know, it's like a jail inside the earth. And then I see, and then I'm there in the dream, and then I see on my bed. Okay, now I see I'm on my bed, dreaming or sleeping, whatever. And I see this red demon coming right onto my face, and he's like, "Ah," right here. I was just asleep, whatever, in trance. I wasn't sleeping. But I see, and I couldn't move. I see this red man, kind of demonic, the typical devil that we presented, in movies or whatever. And we see, he's right on top of my face. And I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't move. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I finally opened my eyes. And I'm trying to, ground, and I'm like, okay, this really happened. This was a dream. Oh my God, what a dream. And then I noticed Michelita, my cousin, she's not next to me anymore. She's not there sleeping. And I'm like, where is Michelita? What happened? Where did she go? Because I noticed it was not yet sunrise, it was maybe around 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. So I'm wondering, where did Michelita go, and when did she left, and why did she leave me? Why did she left the room? So I went looking for Michelita because I had some slightly I wonder why she left. Because I remember, I saw, yeah, okay, because I saw this man, okay. So early in the morning, I wake up. I think I fall asleep again, and I wake up early in the morning. When I woke up, and I asked, hey, I asked her sister, my other cousins, what happened with Michelita? She left me. Where did she leave? Where'd she go? And she goes, oh, no, she went to my room because she said she saw a red man that entered the room. And I'm like, oh, so now I'm like, okay. So let's see what the story is. Because now Michelita saw the red man, And then I told, Michelita was maybe 10. I remember she was 10, between 10 and 11 years old. So I knew I had to go with caution, I had to be cautious in inquiring her experience and everything. She was a kid. So I tried to figure out how would I ask her and stuff, how would I get this information out of her. I'm like, oh, Michelita, when I saw her at breakfast time, I'm like, Michelita, what happened? Why did you leave me? Oh my God. All of a sudden I look and you were not there. I'm like, oh, no, I got scared. There was a red man opened the door, and he entered the room, and I'm like, oh, really? And I'm getting goosebumps right now. I don't know if you can see them. I don't know if we can see them, but I'm like, oh yeah, Michelita, so what happened? No, I remember he just opened the door, he entered the room, and he was just scaring me. I'm like, oh, then I thought, oh yeah, I had a dream, I saw him as well, la la la. So this was another experience, you see. So I'm here sharing this experience because there's a lot of people out there that are skeptical about these things, and I've been moved today to share this in worldwide. All right, and I'm sure it's for a higher, self reason, for a bigger reason to connect with you out there that are watching these videos. I'm sure we're being moved. I'm being moved so we can connect. I don't know what's gonna, what is the bigger purpose right now, but I'm sure I'm about to connect with amazing beings out there, and other soul sisters and brothers out there that are having this type of experiences. So I'm here to tell you that you're not crazy. There's a lot of people, we live in a society that has been dormant, and all this information has been hidden from us, for a day. I don't want to get into this right now, but whatever it is, this information has been hidden. So if you're going through this, you're not alone, okay? And we're coming out, we're coming out more, okay? We're disclosing this type of information, and we are moved to disclose this type of information. So I feel I had to be brave enough, courageous enough to come out today and share this information, okay? I know I am protected, and I am being guided by my higher beings that are with me, protecting me as I do this and connect with each of you, and whoever I'm going to connect, okay? So So just trust your guidance, trust yourself. We're here for you. We all are being called to form a tribe, community, to connect, to share these experiences with each other, to comfort ourselves, and and see where this guiding us. Okay, so but this is my first step in coming out, my first time coming out and disclosing this type of information. Okay, and another experience I love to share with you was, it's been what was it? It was that, and let's see, I had one more. I told you I had to. Okay, the other one. The other one, I was sleeping. This was in 2005. I was sleeping with my boyfriend at the time. We went to bed. I opened my eyes at some point, okay, during the midnight, the dawn of the night, whatever. And I look to the side and I see this tall, like, he might have been like a 9 feet tall, something between 7 and 9 feet tall. And it was this typical like Star Trek kind of. And I'm not into these movies. Like, I don't even watch TV. It's not that I saw a movie the night before, or I've been programmed or suggested. No, no. I don't know. It's just this is truly happening. I look to the side and I see this like 9 feet tall guy standing next to him. Like, I'm here, I'm to the left, and he's sleeping to my right. And I look and I see this 9 feet tall being with red hair, beautiful straight red hair, flipping here, okay, until here, like just down to the shoulders, and the red hair flip here. And he's wearing this silver, beautiful, like kind of Star Trek, suit, like very beautiful, like like the triangles here, like nice silver suit. I remember his belt, very beautiful being, like beautiful, immaculate, translucent white skin, all in silver. Maybe some I'm not sure if he had some, the belt had some black, but I just remember this beautiful silver suit. And he's just standing there, and I look at him, and I might have fall back into sleep, but it was real. Like, this being was standing right there. It looked like it was like a what I would call a perfect being. He was just his symmetric face. His face was just perfectly, everything was symmetric, aligned, beautiful, beautiful features, perfect features, and beautiful, like clean cut, nice suit. And he's just standing there, and I'm like, what? That could have been my heart, my heart, another part of me, could have been my soulmate. But he was just standing to the side of my boyfriend, like, I don't know what he was trying to tell me, like, oh, I'm watching over you, you have another man. I don't know, I'm sure they're overcome this human whatever paradigms we have. But he was just standing there, and our relationship was not, it was not a healthy relationship. This guy had a lot of issues, and my energy, I remember at that time in that relationship, I was just strained trying to help this guy awaken. And he was having drug problems that I didn't even know, and I found out later within the years. So I remember being drained in this relationship, and he just completely, like, had me running all over the place and suffering. So I finally left him and moved on. And but yeah, I saw this man there. So possibly he was just there to get my attention and kind of deliver some kind of message. Hey girl, this is not the guy for you, or this is not, don't you see this guy's draining your soul, whatever the message was. I saw this amazing being next to me, okay, next to us. So after that, honestly, it's been like quite a few years. Like it's been a few years. I haven't seen or felt this kind of being. Okay, I haven't seen anything. I haven't felt anything. Okay, but now what I'm going through, it's that I am connecting like this. That's why I'm doing this. Like I am connecting with people that are having this, that are, you know, into with connected with the galactic federation, the council, and speaking about, you know, the star seeds and aliens, and, you know, the Arcturian and Pleiadians, and, you know, everything that is out there, you know. So it's, and Syrians, you know, I'm not seeing anything or feeling as much as in this type of subject, but I am actually physically humanly connecting now, you know, with this brothers and sisters are having this experience. So that's why I was moved to do this video on it in English, so I can connect with this. This is how it's been. Okay, I am possibly connecting with people that maybe don't even speak Spanish, and that's the reason I'm doing this. I've been moved to do this video in English. Okay, I am connecting in YouTube. I am found it all of a sudden, like 2 weeks ago. I've been looking and researching for, I don't know how it started, but I started connected. I connected with Bridget Nielsen, and, you know, and another guy, you know, I think it's Gabe Salmon. You know, I'm just recently, like, you know, started connecting with these people that are talking about this subject, and the subject has been lingering about in my head, like, hey, you have to do these videos, hey, you have to reach out, hey, you have to disclose more. So I'm like, whoa, so something is about to happen, something is happening, they are preparing us for something, and we are called to connect. Okay, so it's time for you to come out, take the step, believe in this, don't feel alone, know that there is a community out there, and we are moving, we are creating amazing stuff. Okay, so this is what I have for now. I probably will film some horoscopes now for my audience, my Spanish audience. So yes, you know, and please feel free to comment and connect. I love to hear about your story. Please give like to my videos, subscribe, and there will be much more things I'm gonna be sharing. There's so many experiences I love to share with you, and I'm just so happy and thankful for everything that is happening. And stay tuned, because there's a lot of things that are coming. And see you next time, you know. Thank you so much. Namaste, guys, brothers and sisters. Keep it strong and know you're loved. Okay, you have a family in this planet Earth. Okay. See you soon.